you?
I'm Jeff Young.
I'm Patricia Allison.
I'm Christine Horn.
And we are the collective leadership of Shakespeare in the Ruff. Our leadership is structured in a collective way. There's not one artistic director.
I always say that there are a lot of us.
There are a lot of us. As you can tell, there's 4 of us.
When we were applying for the job of the leadership, it was suggested in the job call. It felt important to have a lot of different perspectives on this work that can so often come at us from kind of the same perspective all the time.
I would say that the challenges of collective leadership are communication. And when I say that, I don't mean that we have problems communicating with each other, but it's just about getting the information to everyone.
Yeah.
So we have a very active group chat for text messages that we send voice notes to, or our email threads can sometimes be very long because we're just trying to make sure that everyone gets the information that they need.
Yeah, and I think we are slowly getting better at making decisions that need to happen without everyone in the collective weighing in and knowing when that is something that needs to happen.
We all tend to be people that work well together. We actually really strive to hear each other out and listen and communicate in this really whole way.
What the benefits of collective leadership are that there's shared leadership, I think. I mean, that sounds like a non-answer, but I think what I mean by that is that there is not any one opinion on something, and also there's not any one person who's holding then the weight of that opinion, whether it's artistic or value-based, whatever it is.
And being able to shift the responsibilities also. So when somebody has a heavier artistic load, then the rest of us are able to take on more administrative weight. Trisha's called it circle breathing, where it's like somebody can step out and the rest of us can step in different ways. I think that the way that we make decisions is, I think there's kind of two ways. There's kind of the category of decisions that are that require everybody's full agreement. And then there's the stuff that is smaller that kind of falls to whoever leads that area of the company. If there's a decision to be made about education, it's probably going to go to PJ. If there's something about communications, it's going to go to Trish. We got this job because Shakespeare in the Ruff in 2020 was looking for a new artistic leadership, and they put out a job call, and myself and another artist, Kweku Ortri, who's part of our kind of larger circle of Ruff artists, it felt like the right kind of leadership for this company and for the work that they were doing. The hiring committee was interested with this leadership model that we were coming in with.
Yeah, and I think, interestingly, none of us would have applied for this job on our own. I also just remember the moment where I got that email from Christine and Kweku, and I just remember being like, I don't know what you're up to, but sign me up, I'm there.
Historically, the type of experience that people believe they need to apply for a leadership position has changed often. I think maybe one of the main things is how to work with other people, because ultimately I don't think any artistic director does anything on their own.
We're always on the go, it feels like, in terms of who are we connecting with and what is out there, and how do we keep learning and growing and shaping our own theater company in a way that's really what we believe in, but also that can reach people. It feels very much a company that, as a whole, we really seek to, for example, even have an education program and to bring in youth and to have a new way of creating art and really just human connection.
And I think it's important, if you want to be a leader, to know what you want to do with that company. At the base, though, I think the main thing is community.
And I think you can learn the hard skills. You can learn bookkeeping, you can learn communications. Those are things you can learn. I feel like, as Christine says, when we were hired, they weren't wow, look at those great administrators. You were like, okay, these are some cool artists that have a vision. Let's bring them together and then teach them how to do the things like bookkeeping and record keeping.